One of the greatest fears in the world is public speaking. And it's interesting because if you do it your entire life, there's a certain point where you, every now and then, you're waiting to walk on stage, and I get that little, and I have to remind myself that what I'm experiencing is not really fear. It's some sort of my windshield is being cleaned. I'm about to go out, and hopefully I can be my best. But where do you go to learn about public speaking? Well, there's a lady backstage named Laura Huxley. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. She has the speaker's secret. English, not my first language. The speaker's secret. Welcome Laura Huxley to the stage. Come on, Laura. I need your lessons.
Thank you. Wow, it's great to be here. Thank you, Paul, Tracy, and Jeff for having me. So very grateful. Each day, we take 17,000 breaths on average. Amazing, right? My question to you is, are you making them count? And if you were told that you only had 17,000 breaths left, would you have said everything that you need to say? Nelson Mandela said, "A life worth living, there is no passion to be found in playing small, than living a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." I turn to that quote often, and if I find myself playing small or hiding in some way, I'll just check in, and I'll ask myself, what's really going on here? What am I actually afraid of? And I'll usually find the answer. My name's Laura Huxley, and I am founder of Speaker's Little Secret, a speaker training service where I train entrepreneurs and business people to really find their message, to share their story, and to share their brand message as well. And I'm really, really passionate about each person having a voice, about people being able to communicate with love, with excitement, with joy, and without fear. Why am I so passionate about that? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I was born at 26 weeks, and I weighed 1 pound 11 ounces, just less than a kilo. And I had to fight for every single breath. I also had a hole in my heart. And I had to have assisted breathing until I could learn to breathe by myself. Luckily, I did. I'm here. I'm a fighter, and I did grow and had no real issues from that. But as a result of being a premature baby, I was very small and petite growing up. So the people around me always felt like they needed to protect me in some way, look after me, which was nice. But it meant that I didn't really have a voice. I didn't speak up. I didn't voice my opinion. I just kind of went along with things. I went to a very strict Church of England primary school as well. So I was scared. I was scared of speaking up, scared of looking stupid, scared of saying the wrong thing. Many, many reasons why we often don't speak up. Have you ever had that experience where you've wanted to speak up, you've wanted to say something, but the words just won't come out? Well, we're going to change that today. I'm going to share some things with you. How to speak so people listen. How to trust the power of your voice. And why creating a movement, something bigger than you, just like Tracy and Paul and Jeff have done, is the key to standing in integrity. So, how do we speak so people listen? Have you ever had an experience where, you might be talking to someone, telling a great story, you went to the coffee shop this morning, bumped into somebody, it was really exciting, it was great, and then they interrupt you, or they talk over you, or they might even just start scrolling on their iPhones. Annoying, right? Why does this happen? Well, there's a few reasons. I'm going to share 2 of them with you. One of them is you're not fully connected to your breath. We're so busy these days. We're so busy with social media, work commitments, life commitments, you know how it is. We tend to shallow breathe. And we're not breathing fully into here, which is actually where our sound is created. So it's about taking the time to really breathe and connect so that you can stand in your power, you can own your space, and engage the person, engage the listener. so that they want to hear more and there's no more interrupting. And the other reason is that we tend to speak very quickly. So if we're not connected to our breath and we're not using it the best way possible, we'll tend to speak really quickly, especially if you're doing a presentation at work or if you've got a talk to go and do, anything like that, that your adrenaline will ensure that you do start speaking quickly. So the first thing I do with the people that I work with is I get them to slow down by about 50%. And they say to me, Laura, I'm not going to do that. I sound like a robot. I'm like, yep, that's how I want you to sound. But you don't sound like that when you actually get up and do it. So slow down and breathe. How do we connect to our authentic voice? How do we trust the power of our authentic voice? I have a question for you. Raise your hand if you warm up your voice and body before doing a presentation or going and doing a talk or anything for work. I see 1, 2, 3. Brilliant. For those of you who don't, consider this. Does an athlete go and play a match without warming up? Or run a race without warming up? Does a musician go on stage and sing or play an instrument without warming up? No. So the same goes for speakers and giving yourself that time. It's about self-care and allowing yourself to have that time to get ready and prepared to go and speak and really be your best self. So I'm going to share 2 things with you. I want you to get on your feet and we're going to do some breathing. I know you don't want to do this, but I'm going to get you to do it anyway. Okay, I just want you to take 2 deep breaths. I want you to imagine that your breath is going all the way down to the tips of your toes. So just close your eyes and give your breath a color. I give my breath the color purple. You can give your breath whatever color you want. So just breathing in and just visualizing that it's going all the way down to the tips of your toes. So way, 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 way past your chest. And then just let it out really slowly. And 1 more. Awesome. Now stay standing. Now it's scientifically proven that by slowing down our breath, we actually do calm down our nervous system. So I was just doing some deep breaths before coming out here to just calm down and be prepared and make sure you're in a great place for talking. Now this next exercise I'm going to give you is better than coffee. Honestly, it is. So I want you to breathe in, and on the out breath, we're just going to let out a sigh like, ah. But at the same time, I want you to rub your cheeks, okay? Stay with me. So breathing in, and ah. Awesome. 1 more. Breathing in. Ah. Fabulous. You all look gorgeous. Awesome. Take a seat. Thank you. So the last thing I just want to talk about is really why making something bigger than you and creating a movement, as Tracy and Paul and Jeff have done, is the key to standing in integrity and really doing what you say you're going to do. You know, think about it. You say you're going to go to the gym in the morning. I do it all the time. I'm definitely 100%, absolutely non-negotiable. I'm going to the gym in the morning. 5:30 comes around, the alarm goes off, snooze, and then I'll snooze it 5 more times, and then that voice comes in, oh, you don't need to go to the gym, stay in bed, it's warm, it's nice, stay here, you can do it tomorrow. The reason I say that is by making something bigger than you, for example, I pledge to donate money I make from Speaker's Little Secret to the Premature Baby Foundation and the hospital that saved my life, so that I may have a very small influence on the survival of another baby. Now that's bigger than me, and it means that I have to stick to the fact and do what I say I'm going to do. So I want to leave you with this. Are you using your 17,000 breaths in the way that you want to? Are you making them count? And is there something that you'd like to say, that you've been wanting to say to somebody, a loved one, a family member, somebody at work, but you've just not said it yet? I urge you to have the courage to do so. And Trust in the power of your voice. Thank you very much.